I think we've done more to say how many kids we're not going to have rather than saying, we'll let God give us as many kids that he wants, right? And so our whole economy, when our economy does poorly in America, everybody stops having kids. Mm-hmm. Like the birth rates slow down, you know, instead of saying like, okay, God, if you give us kids, we trust. If you gave them to us, we know you're going to take care of them.
Well, because also the ironic thing about that is kids bring wealth, right? Kids bring labor. Kids bring economy. You know, the economy starts in the house. Kids bring business. Like, if you're having an economic problem, then have more kids.
That's countercultural.
You know, and of course, you know, do it in wisdom. You don't want to have more kids where the government raises them.
Right.
But the counter thinking is actually the Christian thinking in all this.
So how do you get people who are afraid of having kids because they really do like their incomes, their dual incomes, right? How do you get them to start saying, no, it's more beautiful to have kids. It's better to, because these people aren't planting any gardens. They're gardenless. Like they don't have any, they're not going to reap anything from not having kids. So how do you get people to start saying, because I think it's embedded in our culture not to want to have kids.
Very nice.
I think part of it is, and I think you guys were saying this, but people tend to think that kids are hellions. Like they think, oh no, you know, they're going to be screaming in the Walmart or whatever.
That's because they don't spank them.
Exactly. That's exactly where I'm going to, and it's like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, it's a dangerous loop.
WWNW. What would Nancy Wilson do?
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Well, we know that answer,
right? But yeah, if you have your children and you do not spank and you do not admonish and you treat them like they're more animal than they are human by just not speaking sound wisdom and disciplining them, you're going to come up with little hellions, and no one will wonder why you don't want them. Like you don't want them. Like nobody else wants to be around your kid either. Yeah. But we're not raising those kids.
Right.
I sat listening to, who's that girl? Look, I sat listening to her, the conservative one.
Oh, yeah, Candace Owens.
Yeah, and she's all, I don't bring my kids into certain establishments because, you know, not before they're 2. I don't bring them to nice restaurants. I'm like, you don't? They're like, no, because they're going to be bad. It's like, not mine.
Yeah.
Not my kid. Like, my kids go. They went with me everywhere. I didn't have a sitter. I didn't have anything. They went with me everywhere. And they were well enough behaved that people would pay. They paid our bills.
We would go out to
they paid your dinner.
Yeah.
Your kids are so well behaved. They're like, I like that. I want to incentivize more of that.
They want to incentivize it.
Now let me
it was amazing.
Let me tell